champions of the following tag team match scheduled for one fall. For the VCW Tag Team Championship.
Welcome to Virginia Championship Wrestling, VCW, and our debut here in Fredericksburg, Virginia at Strangeways Brewing. We are starting right off with tag team title action as the Helm, a noted tag team from the state of Maryland, makes their debut here in VCW in the highest stakes way possible, with a shot at the VCW tag team titles on the line. Well, that is Tyler Root, who is not endearing himself to our fans. He is joined by Drew Blackwood.
Nice and smooth. What? What the hell is on your head, huh? Take that off! Take it off! And defending VCW Tag Team Champions, they are VCW!
Making their third defense of the VCW Tag Team Championships. It's Too Nice Trace Parker, Smooth Tom Mitchell, and when you blend them together, they're the best combination since peanut butter and chocolate. They are nice and smooth. I am Jason Heat, and I am joined tonight, as always, by my broadcast partner and our ring announcer, Brandon Metheny.
It is great to be here, Jason. It's great to be here in Fredericksburg for our debut here. Starting off, diving right in with a title match. The hottest, newest, most defending champions here in VCW. Nice and Smooth, our tag team champions.
Nice and Smooth defeated the Delinquents to win the tag team titles and have since fended off the Faculty and Sexy and Blessed. Tonight, they go against Tyler Root and Drew Blackwood, the Helm.
And newcomers here to VCW, I will admit, Jason, they didn't want to talk to me in the back. Do you have any insight to these men?
They are aggressive. They are in-your-face brawlers. Very different attitude than Nice and Smooth. Asked them what it meant to be called the Helm. They said the Helm, that's how you take control of the ship. That is how you take charge of the organization. The only way they can be at the helm of VCW is if they become the tag team champions.
And it's certainly possible. I mean, as we talked about, we've seen Nice and Smooth turn back all challengers. But also, remember, Nice and Smooth have not been to VCW very long. They have this meteoric rise. Someone else could do the same.
This is Drew Blackwood in the black, representing the Helm, and Too Nice Trace Parker in the black and red. Tag made now to Smooth Tom Mitchell, the Boney James of pro wrestling.
That's a beautiful tag team. Also, we've seen so much of that from Nice and Smooth.
Cover there, and only just barely two for Smooth Tom Mitchell. And now the tag team champion finds himself on the wrong side of town as we see Tyler Root entering this match for the first time.
Very smart tag team wrestling by the Helm here, keeping Tom Mitchell in their corner. Nice block on that suplex attempt though by Tom Mitchell. Still quite a bit of fight left in him.
That athletic background of Tom Mitchell forcing Root into the corner. Trace Parker gets the tag, and now a little bit of piggyback action.
Twice as nice in the corner.
Their eponymous double team maneuver. This is how Nice and Smooth has dominated the tag ranks. Only one there.
It is that tag team chemistry really sets them apart, Jason. Their skill in that ring and knowing always where each other are is what has put them at the top of VCW.
Tag now made to Smooth Tom Mitchell, possibly the tallest and rangiest of all the athletes in this match. Double drop kick hits the mark.
I believe there was a tag, though, into Drew Blackwood. A nice move, does not realize it.
The blind tag plays dividends.
And Drew Blackwood picking his spot. This could be it.
Tom Mitchell kicks out with authority, but the real story is on the floor as Trace Parker's shoulder slammed right into the steel post. They have separated something at the worst.
Absolutely. These posts have sharp corners. Very easily separate that shoulder.
The Helm living up to their hype, aggressive, and now Tyler Root taking advantage, choking the life out of Tom Mitchell.
And living up to their name, taking control in the ring right now.
They stole the headband. The tag now into Tyler Root, but they stole the signature headband.
That's just rude. It's all mind games. It's getting a psychological advantage on your opponent.
Tyler Root is proving to be a smooth criminal.
Very much so. That's yeah, he stole from Smooth. I like that.
He stole from Smooth, and he is a criminal.
I'd be afraid of him in prison. That could be it, though.
Looking at steal the victory himself as Tom Mitchell, and gets decapitated by Tyler Root.
Devastating lariat. 1, 2. Much closer kick out on that one.
Tyler Root has been struggling to get Tom Mitchell to stay down for more than one. Not so anymore. There is a
clothesline. How could you blame him?
There's a dazed look in the eyes of Tom Mitchell.
We're about to get front row seats even more than normal here.
They are playing Mitchell like a drum, and Trace Parker has no choice but to try and make the save, but he gets baited in, and it costs his partner.
And now the Helm just taking advantage. Referee Brandon Walker can only do so much. He's one man in there.
Not for the first time, Tyler Root taking advantage of the referee's attention being elsewhere.
Tyler Root's very aware of what's going on. Beautiful suplex by Drew Blackwood there.
Cover right there. Blackwood had eyes directly on Trace Parker, almost daring him to enter the ring and do something about it.
That's smart tag team wrestling, though. Keep an eye on that outside partner. Come in, break it up, do something very, very smart tag team wrestling. Shown by the Helm, the very best.
Such power by Drew Blackwood forcing Tom Mitchell into that corner. Mitchell gets the shoulder up.
And right now, you look, Jason, Tom Mitchell's chest and back are red. He has taken a lot of abuse. That is hard to move. It is hard to breathe. Very, very smart offense.
And of course, Trace Parker, the fresher man on the outside, we saw suffering that potential shoulder injury. He may not be at 100%.
Not 100%, but certainly I think in a better place than Tom Mitchell is right now.
Pretty much anyone could be. Tyler Root now tagged in. That affords the Helm 10 seconds of undisturbed double teaming. Perfect positioning for Tyler Root.
Wow, extremely close 2 count on that one. Tom Mitchell just barely getting the shoulder up.
Tom Mitchell struggling, trying to get to the ropes, has no idea where he is, and ended up giving the arm unintentionally to Tyler Root.
Now, very clearly, he just saw that rope as he would pull himself up and exposed himself there. And now continuing to dominate here. Trace Parker may as well be 100 miles away. He needs to be back down to Norfolk.
Tag right now to Blackwood. One thing that the Helm did tell me backstage is they spent all last night scouting nice and smooth. They watched a lot of tape, and you can see it play out here right now.
Oh, it is evident in everything they're doing. They know exactly what Tom Mitchell, what Trace Parker's moves are, and they're cutting them off at the pass when they get started. And now taking advantage again of double team.
It's been ever constant. Every opportunity, Root has been choking out Tom Mitchell, and that destroys your ability to get oxygen to your body.
No matter how big and tough you are, you've got to be able to breathe. It's basic, but it's the fact of life. And Trace Parker, understandably upset, but allowing the double team as he gets in the ring.
And you see Tom Mitchell, usually such a solid striker, those hits, they're coming, but they're not as tough, they're not as hard, they're not making the impact that they usually do, Brandon.
He just doesn't have the energy to put things behind that, and it's keeping him in the corner now. He can't get out of this situation.
Blackwood now legal, and it has been constant tags, keeping each other refreshed. They've done a great job of cutting the ring in half. This is tremendous tag team wrestling on display by the Helm.
It is. They're using every advantage. They are playing this exactly as they should with the official, with Trace Parker. Very, very smart wrestling. But a little glimmer of hope, Tom Mitchell there, although Blackwood still between him and his corner.
Blackwood immediately picking the ankle, and Root interfering and intercepting.
Tyler Root. Bending the rules, we'll say, but what did be done. Now Trace Parker down on the outside as far as we know.
Blackwood home free, and it is still Mitchell getting that shoulder up, but it's getting closer and closer. You saw Mitchell finally was able to get to his corner, and no one was there. How demoralizing does that have to be?
Absolutely, and then immediately having to kick back out. You know, the amount of energy that is required to kick out of a cover like that. Mitchell's in trouble. Goes for it.
Over, and finally, he is too nice. It's sweet.
And Trace Parker has been dying for this moment. Beautiful drop
Sick.
kick.
Solid. And overall, nice. Too nice, Trace Parker.
And the Helm is suddenly on their heels. Turning his back to Blackwood, not scored by Trace Parker there.
There's absolutely no honor in the Helm. They just attacked a man from behind, and now double team incoming.
High-low variant there. This could be it with a cover.
And Tom Mitchell pushing Drew Blackwood into his partner, breaking up the cover.
Very, very smart maneuver by Tom Mitchell there. He didn't have time to get to it, but he knew that he could shove Blackwood into Tyler, break up the pin. Very, very smart.
Intelligence or desperation, your mileage may vary.
It worked, that's all that matters.
Absolutely, it was effective nonetheless.
And Blackwood lining Mitchell up. I believe that Trace Parker is still the legal man.
German suplex, tremendous action here to start our very first event in Fredericksburg, Virginia, and here at Strangeways Brewing. Trace floats over, and the defense is successful. Maybe the most difficult test of their reign so far, but nice and smooth, succeed, and now have 3 successful defenses of the tag team titles under their gold belts.
Look, they said they would take on all comers, and they have meant it. They have been very, very impressive and shown just how good they are. I will say, though, credit to the Helm. Very impressive showing. Hope we see more of them. But nice and smooth, still your tag team champions, and who knows what's next.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, hailing from Baltimore, Maryland, weighing in at 285 pounds, the man monster, Tiberius Asante.
The action continues here from Strangeways Brewing as the man monster, Tiberius Asante, makes his VCW debut. He stands at 6'7". He weighs 285 pounds, and in his own words, he is feeling himself today. I'm Jason Heat, and I will be joined by Brandon Metheny here on commentary. What an intimidating presence. Getting in the head of my broadcast partner just there. Feared for his life.
Introducing his opponent, he hails from Richmond, Virginia, and weighing in at 185 pounds, Myron Malone.
One of the top up-and-coming young superstars here in VCW. Myron Malone is always ready for a fight, but today he might unfortunately be cruising for a bruising, because we're at a brewery, you see.
Jason, I saw my life flash before my eyes. Tiberius Asante is the most terrifying man I've ever seen. He came up to me, and I thought he was going to hurt me, and he patted me on the head, and I still am, and my heart rate's still up.
Thankfully, the right hand of God shows mercy tonight for Brandon Metheny. But there's a very simple story at the heart of this match, Brandon, and it's called Myron versus Goliath.
Well, we know how that story goes historically. We'll see if it works for him today.
Myron Malone coming off 2 big victories, rebounding after a heartbreaking loss in the Liberty Lottery, coming in second to Papadon, and no fear by Myron Malone whatsoever.
I mean, that's been Myron Malone's calling card as long as I have known him. He's not afraid of anything, and that's what has led him to the success he's had. Is he just doesn't ever, he doesn't ever, accept the idea he might not win. He just goes for it, and it's one of the things that's great about him.
Great extension there on the leg by Myron Malone, a former tag team champion, still looking for similar singles glory.
I mean, certainly the stick and move here is the right way to go. I'm not sure that slapping Asante in the back of the head's the right way to go, but keeping that distance is very smart from Myron Malone.
Goes for that super kick, hits that one right on the button, sends the man monster to the outside.
But he's still on his feet. He took 2 kicks and is still on his feet, Jason.
Asante is absorbing the punishment, but Myron Malone is not stopping. An electric locomotive. He flies through the air with the greatest of ease, and Myron Malone does not need a trapeze or a rope. He'll land right on Tiberius.
But Asante still, oh dear. Went to the well one too many times there, Jason. Oh!
The man monster has had enough, and he is sending Myron Malone straight to hell.
Referee Ron Mills needs to check on Myron Malone. He could be very seriously injured. Needs to make sure that he is.
Tiberius says that he operates with a righteous fury, that he is the giant of vengeance. Not sure what sins he feels like Myron Malone is committed, but certainly he's punishing the young man for them.
I was like, I'm not going to question him. He clearly thinks there's something wrong, and whatever it is working to fire him up. Myron Malone, I mean, this is a moment where discretion be a better part of valor. Maybe just stay outside, take the. No, here's back in the ring.
Myron was struggling. Tiberius would have been perfectly satisfied to win this debut with a count-out victory. And again, it's the extension of the boot that fends off the monster.
Who's looking angry, it seems.
Tiberius is channeling something. Red Rover sent Tiberius right over, and he won that round!
Myron Malone's out cold. Myron Malone is unconscious right now.
Myron Malone just got pounced out of his boots.
I mean, this could be academic at this point.
Being grabbed by the braids, a limp ragdoll in the ring. Myron Malone is going to wake up in the middle of his own personal horror movie.
I mean, at this point, Tiberius Asante is just playing with his food. This is a massacre.
Well, Tiberius Asante is very aware that this is an audition for future matches here in VCW.
Oh, sure, you got to believe he's got his eyes on either Commander King, possibly L.D.J. after tonight, Rex Lawless, or possible Myles Hawkins after tonight. So, I mean, he wants gold, and he sees this as a way to get there.
2 count, immediately followed by a ground and pound. Thankfully, Myron gets those hands up, and now there is no defense whatsoever by Myron Malone. At a certain point, this might come down to referee discretion.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine a situation where Myron Malone just quits, which means that at some point Ron Mills may have to save him from himself.
Pro wrestling is a unique combat sport. We do not have weight classes. That is how you end up having these incredible situations where a man who's all heart, like Myron Malone, can go up against someone who's probably a good 1.5 feet taller than him. Take nothing away from Myron Malone, but it's an uphill battle, literally and metaphorically.
I mean, Jason, Tiberius Asante weighs 100 pounds more than Myron Malone.
That move is called a fall-away slam, but when it's Tiberius Asante doing it, it is a throwaway slam, maybe a toss-away slam.
Oh, and a cocky cover here.
And that is enough to earn the ire of Myron Malone.
I would say showing that fight in Myron Malone, but I'm not sure. I mean, I admire his heart and his gumption here, but he is in a bad way.
Myron Malone will not give up. You're going to have to kill him before he quits. And we are seeing that exact passion right now.
Malone saw it coming, moving over to the elbow drop.
Huge height there by Tiberius Asante, but honestly, it gave Myron Malone the opportunity to see it coming and roll out of the way.
You see Asante shaking off that arm, gotta believe may have hit a nerve, sending pins and needles down that forearm. Myron needs to take advantage of it fast.
Myron Malone has one opportunity and one alone. He's able to get out of dodge, but can he capitalize?
The dropping forearm, and another. Asante still on his feet.
Dazzling offense raining down on Tiberius Asante, and that's why they call this man that glitter drizzle.
Myron Malone, Joiya Asante in the corner, Malone with the charging clothesline.
The Spotlight Superstar is taking it to Goliath.
He's just trying desperately to put him down.
It's man versus man monster, and ultimately this chokeslam was the difference maker earlier, Brandon.
But Malone able to break the grip there, a kick to the knee, taking Asante down to size.
Clearly Myron Malone had it scouted, did not want to experience that chokeslam for a second time. Covered now by Myron Malone, maybe his first of the match.
I'm not so sure he had it scouted as remembered what happened last time, and that was enough incentive. And Malone with a little bit of a glimmer of hope here. He just needs to, he's got to stay on this. He needs to not talk to the crowd, get on his feet, and take care of business, because eventually Asante's going to get back up, and then he's in a lot of trouble.
Slam me once, shame on you. Slam me twice. Oh, won't get slammed again. And now tuning up the old band is Myron Malone, but he gets caught by the man monster.
Took a little too long there, and then just a straight headbutt.
Very thick skull slammed into Myron Malone, momentarily stopping the young man, and the black hole slam!
This got to be it. 1, 2.
Myron Malone
I don't know where he's finding that. I don't know where he is.
Manages to get out at the last inch of a second. Myron Malone even on the ground, waving that finger, saying the fight is still in this young man.
But he's just upsetting Tiberius Asante. I don't know why he's doing that. This is a terrible idea.
There's a reason we love an underdog story, Brandon, and there is no more ultimate underdog than Myron Malone in this very moment.
Yeah, but right now he's in a bad way. And wow, double birds. Oh, I think that was Malone's skull.
That was the exclamation point at the end of the sentence, and now instead of going for a cover, Tiberius continually assaulting. The referee's trying to call Tiberius off.
I mean, look, the referee needs to stop this match. He needs to stop this match. Those blows to the head, the choke slams repeatedly. Myron Malone is on Dream Street. Even if he's getting to his feet, he doesn't know where he is. Referee Ron Mills needs to get there and save Malone from himself.
To say that Myron Malone is struggling at the moment is an understatement.
I mean, to say that he's still drawing breath is almost an overstatement. I mean, he is in a bad way.
Myron is completely incapable of defending himself, and referee Ron Mills is telling us to ring the bell. Myron Malone was in the ropes. Tiberius Asante refused to break the 5 count. I believe that he's been disqualified, and to put the exclamation point on that, Tiberius Asante assaulted the referee. And there's clearly still life in Myron Malone. Tiberius Asante just cost himself his debut here at VCW as security, making their way out here for all the good that's going to do.
Besides, putting one person in between them can make a difference. Just enough to break that train of thought.
Let's go. I determine when it's over.
This is very clearly not over for Tiberius Asante, who may receive an official suspension for attacking the referee and is stalking Myron Malone like prey.
This crowd here letting Tiberius Asante know exactly what to think of him, but I would not be surprised to see him back here. Very impressive showing.
Did not get the win, but certainly made an impression. And it is Myron Malone who stands tall in the center of the ring. The underdog rises once again.
Here's your winner by disqualification, Myron Malone! following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, hailing from Augusta, Georgia, weighing in at 405 pounds, the Big AC!
Representing the administration, headed by our Liberty champion, Commander King. It is the super heavyweight Big AC. A man on a mission who is pure business. Big AC recently returned from a 9-month injury, was on the shelf with a broken jaw, came back, a big win in tag team action, but this is our first time seeing him one-on-one since his return.
Introducing his opponent, he hails from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and weighing in at 235 pounds, the hoss of all hosses,
Of big returns, the former Liberty champion, and more importantly, the most recent former Virginia heavyweight champion, Devantes. This is our first time seeing him here in VCW since his loss at the Liberty Lottery, when Rex Lawless bested Devantes and the Boar to become VCW heavyweight champion. I'm Jason Heat. I'm joined by Brandon Metheny, and this is a battle of the heavyweights. VCW has become the home of super heavyweight action. We've got the hoss of all hosses going up against the 18-wheeler with a 5 Ferrari engine. Grade A American beef right here in the ring right now.
I mean, look, you want to talk about where the big boys play, talk about a hoss, both these men are, this is just, I mean, these are two very large men, and I hope the ring can hold them.
This is your official Big Meaty Men Smack and Meat match of the night, and we are starting with a big lockup, and the Big AC gets the first, well, show of strength.
And this is the first time we have seen Devantes since he lost the heavyweight championship. And you would expect him maybe to sort of ease his way back in with a little bit of an easier opponent. But Devantes went to the board of directors and said, no, I want the big man. I want Big AC. That's a lot of credit to him for that.
Devantes doesn't ease into anything. This was a man that was told he'd be out for 9 months due to a devastating car accident, potentially career-ending injuries. He was back in 4 months.
Not just back in 4 months, Jason. He was back in 4 months and won the heavyweight championship.
First match back. Imagine what he's going to do tonight against the Big AC. But so far, AC has outpowered Devantes.
Well, see, I think that's the real question, Jason, is what happens to Devantes now that he has lost the championship? What does he do now that he's back?
He stays motivated. He stays heavy and hard-hitting.
And showing impressive agility there. That's a large man he was able to clear and now take the Big AC to the outside.
Showing why Devantes has earned the moniker of the most explosive offense in VCW.
The power that Devantes has, that he gets from that core, is unparalleled. It's really incredible to see, and he was demonstrating it right there. And he is now in control in this match, even on the outside.
Devantes displays an indomitable physicality.
Everything he hits hurts. It's just that simple.
Now Devantes taking advantage on the outside. You cannot win the match on the outside, Brandon, but you can certainly do a lot of damage to your opponent.
Absolutely, and there's a big chest to chop on Big AC, and Devantes taking advantage of that.
We know that sooner or later, Devantes is going to angle to get that return shot at the VCW Heavyweight Championship. You want to go up against someone the size of Rex Lawless. It makes a lot of sense to test yourself against men like the Big AC.
Test yourself. Oh, and Devantes takes his off ball for a second. Big AC capitalizes on it and goes for a cocky cover here. Just one. You're going to put the former champion down like that.
Big smile on the face of Big AC. Clearly did not expect to get the win with that cover. Just wanted to make a point, and the point is well made.
And now Big AC showing off his power, walking around the ring with that delayed vertical suplex, and just drops Devantes down on the mat.
Almost like a standing Falcon's arrow, dropping the leg across the throat of Devantes right here in a 2 count.
I mean, that is 400 pounds crushing down your chest and neck. A very devastating maneuver. And now Big AC just mounting up and throwing punches.
There was pain in the eyes of the former champion when he lifted his shoulder to get out of that pinning predicament.
I mean, Devantes trying to cover up here, but with those big, just catcher's mitt-like hands, I don't know how you can.
It's very rare that we describe Devantes as being potentially physically outmatched, but just in terms of pure mass, it's like a black hole against a sun.
I mean, look, you know, mass influences every bit of force that you have. Oh.
Smacking the peck of Devantes. And Devantes was run so hard into the turnbuckle, Brandon, he couldn't even stay on his feet.
I mean, the thing is, a shot like that at the turnbuckle can send those pins and needles down the spine. And now AC possibly going to go for a cover. He's going for more punches instead.
Right to the top of the head.
Clearly wanting to wear down Devantes, not just beat him, but really put him down.
And we've been noticing throughout this match, Devantes is having a struggle with some of his gear. That is an unnecessary distraction, and who knows how much that's getting into the head of Devantes and benefiting Big AC, who has no problem taking advantage.
Absolutely, and look, we talked about Devantes wanting to prove himself getting better. If Big AC can beat a former champion, he puts himself way up in those rankings as well.
Death from above squashes Devantes like a bug.
Just two, but boy was that close.
Inching ever closer to a huge victory. Not that any victory of Big AC isn't huge by definition, but to fell the most recent former VCW heavyweight champion, that would have to be the greatest victory in the career of Big AC.
Oh, by a very wide margin. I mean, you can hang your head on that. You can go to the board of directors and say, I want a title shot because look who I beat. And that's a dangerous shot to the back of the head.
A forearm shiver to the base of the neck, and it hurts more when you can't see it because there's no way to prepare, there's no way to brace for impact.
There's also just so many veins and nerves and so much else in that spot, cause a lot of damage, and this could also cause a tremendous amount of damage.
Devantes rolling out of harm's way. A great sense of self-preservation by the former champion.
And Big AC dealing too long here. Oh, Devantes, incredible power! A power bomb to center of the 400-pound man. I don't believe it.
If you just heard or felt that in Maryland, it's because the Richter scale was achieved by that power bomb. Devantes driving the Big AC into the mat.
The question is, can Devantes capitalize on it? He hit that move several seconds ago, and again, messing with that knee brace, having a really hard time with that new gear.
Struggling with Big AC, struggling to get to his feet, struggling with his gear. A lot is going wrong for Devantes, but when it goes right, oh boy, it goes right.
Trying to take the big man over again. One clothesline, two clotheslines.
The Haas of all Haas's.
Oh, very smart.
Yeah, very tactical, takes out the knee. Big AC is down, but just rolls up. That wasn't even a kick out, that was simply a roll.
Absolutely, and here's the thing, look, Big AC can talk about he's got 5 Ferrari engines. That is a lot of man to keep moving around. He's gonna burn through energy, and the longer this match goes, the more it favors Devantes.
Devantes, the power man, setting up and gets rocked.
AC has done his scouting. He knew it was coming. And a front slam.
Devantes kicking out, this time with a little bit more authority. It really seems like Devantes is tapping in to a second gear, a late game player.
Yeah, he's found that second wind. He needs to survive this onslaught by Big AC and have a chance to use it. Very smart throwing his elbows there. Don't want to get another hit.
Oftentimes it's Devantes that gets the win with that TKO, but sweet Christmas! It's the spear! And only 2.
I mean, you want to talk about last time that Big AC really got the shoulder up. I think he twitched and got the shoulder up there. That was so close.
Involuntary muscle movement may have saved Big AC. Less a kick out than a death rattle. And the spear gets it done again. 2 in a row.
Here's your winner, Devantes.
The former champion could have had his pick of opponents, and he did not decide to ease back into action, going up against the super heavyweight Big AC. Devantes looks better than he has ever been.
Whoever wins the main event tonight had better realize that Devantes is waiting. He's got a rematch, and he's coming for him.
Devantes got something to say.
I'm coming back for my title. This is just step 1. I'm getting that title back.
Mission statement has been made. Devantes putting the main event on notice. He is coming for his title. Make no mistake, step up or get the heck out of the way.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, hailing from Corinthos, Greece, weighing at 231 pounds, the Greek god Papadon.
The action continues here at Strangeways Brewing. Our very first event, certainly not the last, here in Fredericksburg, Virginia, as the former Liberty champion and the former VCW champion, the Greek god Papadon enters for what promises to be a battle of 2 VCW All-Stars. Papadon, the 2025 Liberty Lottery winner, which means he is guaranteed a title shot at his discretion against any champion he wishes. And now demanding the respect that he believes that he is deserved. Papadon recently allied with fellow Greek George Pontus. He now refers to George Pontus as his kumbaro, his advisor, his wise man, his consigliere. And apparently Pontus is not with Papadon tonight because he is finalizing some property deals in Greece where the two will vacation following what Papadon guaranteed as his victory tonight.
Introducing his opponent, he hails from Robbinsdale, Minnesota, and weighing in at 202 pounds, Mr. Xcellence, Brandon Scott!
A man who has done everything there is to do in VCW. A former VCW Liberty champion, a former VCW heavyweight champion, the self-proclaimed greatest VCW heavyweight champion of all time, as Papadon is taking liberties with our ring announcer and my broadcast colleague, Brandon Metheny. I am Jason Heat, here to call the action between two top guys in VCW. Now, Brandon Scott has spent the last year paying the price of getting on the bad side of our director, Jerry Stefanitsis. It was Jerry Stefanitsis who brokered the deal between Papadon and George Pontus. And now suddenly, Papadon is targeting Brandon Scott. You do the math. A first ballot Hall of Famer here in VCW. Brandon Scott is looking to put the ordeal with Stefanitsis behind him and start fresh and work his way back up to exactly where he has always known he's belonged. Title contention here in VCW. There is a lot of history and no love lost between these two men, both former VCW heavyweight champions. You want to talk about the cream of the crop in this company? These two men represent that to the extreme.
I said silence! Now, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt tonight. All right, Captain Diabetes? Because, let's face it, you don't look as dumb as all these people here, especially that one right there who's yelling right now. So I want you to do this correctly. You're just jealous because that's what your boyfriend calls you.
And now Papadon clearly has a personalized ring introduction he requires.
Introducing the greatest wrestler alive today, the Alpha and Omega, and the 2025 Liberty Lottery winner, the Greek God, Papadon!
Do you think Papadon thinks highly of himself? Now it seems like Brandon also has a request.
Introducing the longest reigning and greatest Virginia heavyweight champion of all time, Mr. Xcellence, Brandon Scott!
Two can play at the game of ego and one-upsmanship. Brandon Scott does it with a smile on his face, and that has left the Greek god Papadon very perturbed, and this crowd may have already gotten into the head of the Alpha and Omega of professional wrestling. We are officially started here in this unofficial all-star game between two of the top men in this company, both former VCW heavyweight champions.
They absolutely are two very different men. Anytime in the ring with Papadon is a deeply unpleasant experience, but two absolute stars here, two of the best in the company, and two men who can really do it any way they need to in this ring.
For all their differences, Brandon Scott now immediately getting a 1 count. They are both very intelligent competitors.
Oh, absolutely. They're going to...
Papadon already accusing Brandon Scott of cheating. We might call that projecting.
We might. We also might call it letting Brandon Scott get in his head. We've seen this many times, Jason, where the biggest weakness Papadon has is letting these fans, letting his opponent get into his head and throwing off that concentration. When he's locked in, he's among the best in this business. But he lets them get to him, and that's when he makes mistakes.
This is a brand new venue for VCW. One has to assume that Papadon expected a hero's welcome and has not been pleased with the response he has actually received here tonight. Now headlock takeover on Brandon Scott.
Papadon always expects a hero's welcome. As far as he's concerned, because the Greeks invented wrestling, he invented wrestling, and thus he deserves to always be given credit for anything good that happens, including VCW's first event here at Strangeways.
Papadon claims that pro wrestling is in his blood, it's in his heritage, and that is difficult to argue as he escapes the trap, but Brandon Scott remains one step ahead.
Yeah, the factual history is absolutely right. The extrapolation he makes to make himself the best of all time is where there's perhaps more argument.
Very evenly matched, a third headlock there by Brandon Scott, but
some very impressive technical wrestling from both men here.
Brandon Brandon Scott is really committing to the headlock.
And you got to believe, Jason, this is messing with Papadon a little bit. Papadon sees himself as not a brawler, not a brute, but he sees himself as a technician, as the art of pro wrestling. And Brandon Scott's giving it to him as good as he can take, and that's got to be frustrating.
Papadon believes with all his heart that he can out-wrestle any man on the roster. Brandon Scott now showing maybe that's not true tonight here in Fredericksburg.
I mean, Brandon Scott has, I think, pretty clearly had the upper hand here so far, Jason.
Now we're seeing a little bit more of the offense traditionally associated with Brandon Scott, a combination of quick moves and strikes.
Kick, neck breaker combination, always a favorite. And going for a recovery, very smart.
Close to the ropes, but Papadon elects to kick out rather than grab the ropes to break the hold. Brandon Scott, very simple and effective offense that he is able to hit out of any position.
Papadon using that veteran know-how there. The best way to counter that is just get out of the ring, and that's what he does.
Brandon Scott was signaling, maybe telegraphing that slice of excellence, the cutter he uses to finish off his opponents, and now almost getting an unofficial timeout is Papadon here on the outside. These two are making their way right to us.
Distressingly close to us.
Yes, there's a lot of equipment here and also 2 human lives.
Yes.
Beautiful European uppercut there by a man who knows a lot about Europe, and he is grabbing the hammer. A momentary distraction by Papadon that cost him.
Yeah, not realizing that the hammer is attached to the bell cost Papadon there. If he had just stayed on Brandon Scott, he may have been successful. Again, getting in his own head, leaving him get in his head, and getting distracted is Papadon's greatest weakness.
Brandon Scott has done a great job of maintaining the offense, but gets caught in the ring skirt, and now it's Papadon using the architecture of the ring to his advantage. That's not a disqualification because it is part of the ring structure.
Absolutely, and that is being a ring general right there. Okay. That is knowing what he's doing.
He gets very close. This is the only pro wrestler that's ever put his hands on both of us.
Yes, correct.
Maybe we should not
to happen again.
Yeah, maybe we should not rile him up, okay?
But very smart by Papadon using that ring apron there. That's that ring generalship, that veteran instinct to know how to take advantage. And now clearly has Brandon Scott in a bad way. Those chops, ooh! And Brandon Scott, the back of his head hitting off that beam.
Brandon Scott's head ricocheted off that support pillar. You cannot underestimate how hard that is. That is literally keeping the roof above our heads, and it was used as basically a backstop for Brandon Scott's skull.
Yeah, that was a nasty hit there, and clearly putting Papadon in control now. And Papadon very smartly, very cruelly, but smartly going back to the head.
Papadon knows exactly what he's done, and he is taking advantage of the opportunity, looking to concuss Brandon Scott, maybe knock him out of consciousness.
I mean, I think he's already concussed him. I don't see how he could now.
Well, no, if he was, the referee would stop it. We have some of the best officiating in the state, so there's no way Brandon Scott is incapable of continuing, but boy, he is suffering, he's struggling.
He is. You can see him there trying to fight out, but clearly got his bell rung.
Quick float over there by Papadon, and Brandon Scott gets the kick out, but it's not one with any kind of authority.
I'm wondering if Brandon Scott really knows where he is. Ron Mills may want to get in there, senior official here, and check and make sure that Brandon Scott's good to continue.
Wrenching on the neck, and Brandon Scott almost looking like he was very close to tapping out, gets caught right in the nose.
Which is just, I mean, so painful. It makes your eyes tear. It just causes that sharp pain into your face.
Causes fluid buildup, interferes with the ability to breathe. This is very smart by Papadon, who, as you said, when he gets distracted, is his own worst enemy. When he locks in, there may be no one better as a pure wrestler. Great cover there. Captured the wrist, but it was not enough.
Yeah, very impressively putting all of his weight on Brandon Scott there. When Papadon is locked in, when he has a target, when he has something to look in on, he is in very, very good shape.
Well, when Papadon focuses on his opponent and not the crowd, he gets great things done, but just even that momentary distraction completely changed the momentum of this match.
I mean, we talked about it all match, letting the crowd get in there.
Second time going for that slice of excellence, but it was scouted by the Greek god. Papadon immediately into the cover. Great technique there, but Brandon Scott forces Papadon up, and Papadon stays on him, almost trying to snap the man's neck.
I mean, Papadon getting just vicious, more vicious we've ever seen out there, and showing he's done his homework, not just knowing the slice excellence coming, but knowing exactly how to counter it.
That was the kind of offense you're more likely to see in a John Wick movie than a professional wrestling ring. That is vicious.
Forget ending someone's career, that could end someone's life. That is dangerous stuff.
Hammer and tongs, elbow going from noon to 6 right onto Brandon Scott, and the lights are starting to dim.
And you gotta wonder if Brandon Scott has that second win still in him, or if it got literally knocked out of him by that post.
Brandon Scott is nowhere near the ropes. He's gonna have to fight with all his heart if he's gonna break this hold. The referee letting us know this could end at any moment, and taking the free opportunity was Papadon to try and wrench the nose.
The referee, Brandon Scott in the middle of the ring, excellent ring positioning by Papadon. Brandon Scott trying to fight to his feet.
Yeah, Scott already had his cartilage rearranged by the elbow of Papadon, and now having it wrenched even further out of place.
Brandon Scott trying to find that second win, but a shot to the midsection takes him right back down.
Shot to the back of the head. These European uppercuts have become the signature strike for the Greek god.
Over a pile driver here. We've seen this before.
Big back body drop.
That puts us back to even, Jason. It's a question of can either man get to their feet and put some offense in place. Brandon Scott with a much-needed breather from this.
You can watch the aftershocks hit the spine and the nervous system of Papadon, and now finally it seems like things have started to calm and cool down. Papadon may be the one to reach his feet first.
I mean, Brandon Scott, so he's getting to his knees. Both men have taken a lot of abuse in this match.
There is a look of disgust in the eyes of the Greek god. He wants this over. This match has clearly gone further into the deep end and the deep water than Papadon expected.
Papadon clearly expected to have one by now. Brandon Scott finding that offense, looking a little wobbly, but finding those hits that matter. Very smart offense by Brandon Scott there.
Two very intelligent competitors. That intelligence manifests in very different ways. Brandon Scott luring Papadon in.
Brandon Scott setting up for a suplex here.
Papadon is conniving, Brandon is clever.
That's an excellent way to put it. And we saw the conniving there with that counter. Although another nice guy, Brandon Scott with that kick to the gut, uppercut, and now a forearm shiver to the face.
Brandon Scott must have entered into the Konami code, because that was a combination of offense perfectly positioned in the center of the ring.
Just two, but getting closer and closer. First time we've seen Papadon really in peril with this match.
So smart though, Papadon instinctually or intentionally rolling to the ropes, making sure that if Brandon wants to go on the attack, he will not be able to get a pinfall.
Yeah, no, very, very smart. That's that veteran instinct again by Papadon. Sending Brandon Scott to the outside. Oh, that's putting Brandon Scott, very risky move there, but works for him.
Sunset flip, attempt succeeds, pinning predicament, but Papadon is able to use getting out of it as an offensive opportunity.
And you notice there, Brandon Scott wasn't able to get his legs over the shoulders of Papadon to keep him down, allow Papadon to get back on the offensive here.
You got to be close to 10 minutes into this competition. It has been very evenly matched back and forth. There's a reason we said this was an unofficial all-star game.
It's also been wide open the whole time. There have been no breaks, no slowdown. Both these guys are out here throwing bombs at each other. I mean, really, you can see the wear and tear on their faces and reflected on their bodies as well.
Impeccable cardio, impeccable conditioning, both men. And it is Brandon Scott who seems to be breathing a little harder, a little earlier than Papadon, but maybe just suckering the god in for a backslide.
3 seconds. And Papadon just able to unlink the arms there to avoid the pin.
Wild charge there by Brandon Scott. He gets caught. Pays the price.
Papadon going to that middle rope. Another one of those beautiful European uppercuts. He can throw them with the best of them. This could be it.
Strong cover and an even stronger kick out. And yes, that European uppercut, this time with all the momentum coming off the second rope. and a spirited debate over exactly how many seconds those shoulders were on the ground. Jackknife cover by Brandon Scott.
I'll say Papadon wasting time arguing with the official almost cost him the match there.
Brandon Scott taking a moment to compose himself.
Taking a little too long there, giving Papadon a chance to recover. Really elbow in the corner. A beautiful kick there, taking out Papadon's base. That kick to the face, always effective. And that lung blower, great combination by Brandon Scott, one of his favorites.
Brandon Scott now looking for the cover. Papadon landed a great spot for Brandon. And it seemed like it might have been ball in the corner pocket there for Brandon. But yet again, after kicking out, Papadon immediately rolling to the ropes.
Again, it's that veteran ring presence by Papadon that's really getting him in this match. Also being able to pull himself up via those ropes, so really making all the difference here.
Papadon does a great job playing defense while maintaining his consistent offense. But Brandon Scott is lying in wait. Papadon gains control, but can't capitalize. Actually has to take a moment to register whether it's pain or whether it's fatigue.
Whatever it is, it's got Brandon Scott in a very compromised position.
The Hangman's DDT.
So dangerous. This could be it.
Brandon Scott, and it's true, his foot was underneath the rope, and just for emphasis, Brandon Scott not only kicks out, but gets the other foot on top of the rope. That's 3 ways that Brandon Scott proved he was not ready to be beaten.
Brandon Scott finding ways to stay in this match. Very impressive.
Now Papadon resorting to scrapes, to a rake of the nose.
Gonna try that power driver again. Brandon Scott's nowhere now. Oh, he holds on to a backbody drop this time. Sunset flip.
Brandon Scott rolls out. Both men not quite as quick on their feet as they were earlier for the 3rd time, but this time it hits the slice of Xcellence.
The question is, can Brandon Scott get over? Papadon again, that veteran know-how getting out of the ring, making that move exactly when he needs it the most, and denying Brandon Scott, you've got to believe would be a victory.
Doesn't just roll to the ropes, literally rolls out of the ring, but of course that has the potential to cost Papadon. If he can't get in before the 10 count, he's going to lose by countout. It's not the way that Brandon Scott probably wants to win the match, but at this point, this deep into the clock, you take what you can get.
Absolutely, a win is a win, that's all that matters.
Brandon Scott heading to the outside, chasing down Papadon, wants to win this one in the ring. 1, 2, 3. Brandon Scott looking maybe for a 4th attempt at the slice of Xcellence, a 2nd one to connect, hits it!
Gentlemen, the 15-minute time limit has expired. This match is a draw.
Brandon Metheny, officially the least popular man in this building, by announcing that this is a time limit draw. Both men could not get the job done tonight. And there is a clear consensus in the crowd that this should continue, as Brandon Scott is asking for a little bit of our time on the mic.
You guys don't want to see it like that, do you? You want us to fight? We're gonna fight! 5 more minutes! 5 more minutes!
Brandon Scott taking full advantage of this being a 21 and up event.
And look, I'm here for it.
Papadon, if you're a man, which you're not, you do 5 more minutes.
Well, Brandon Scott sort of answered his own question. That's not maybe the best way to convince Papadon for 5 minutes, and the microphone's in the ring for you.
It's also, the fans are not going to convince him either.
The request is in.
I fear no man. And you're right, I'm not a man. I am a god, a Greek god of pro wrestling. Now, since you took your stupid pills this morning, hold them back, ref, or you don't get your 5 minutes. Go to the corner. Go to the corner, work the corner like his mother. Go right there, stay right there.
Yikes.
You want 5 minutes. I know the announcers want 5 minutes because they get paid by the letter and by the word that they announce. I know these derelicts over here want 5 minutes. You know you always ask for 5 minutes. I mean, look at this guy with his beard. He looks like a special needs Mr. Clean. And then I know all you idiots want 5 minutes as well. Oh, I'll give you 5 minutes, baby. But you know what? This is in 1983. I'm not going to be a guy who hides behind the time limit. You want 5 minutes, sunshine? You got it. Oh, you look surprised. Yeah, you thought I was going to say no? I'm not scared of you. I got to hand you the mic. Go over there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you get your 5 minutes because you paid for a ticket, and I always deliver.
We are
Oh, wait a minute. You'll get your 5 minutes at the next show. All everybody's out there. That means, little girl, you have to sell more Girl Scout cookies to buy another ticket. Listen, I'm number one in your hearts. Remember that. I'm number one in your mother's.
An emphatic decline of the offer. Papadon was contracted for 1 match. Feels like he's already wrestled it.
You guys having a good time or what? No. I said, are you having a good time? We're coming back, I hope. We're coming back. And Papadon, I'm going to get that 5 minutes, even though I know you can't last that long.
Strong words by Brandon Scott to Papadon. Time limit draw between Papadon and Brandon Scott. We're going to need to get a rematch, and we're going to need to get it soon. The action will continue here at Strangeways Brewing. Our Fredericksburg debut has already been completely off the chain.
The following contest is a trick or street fight scheduled for 1 fall. Introducing first, hailing from Fairfax, Virginia, the feral Hyena, Hera.
Tonight is as good as any other night to make history. It is October, which means it is spooky season in full effect. And in the spirit of the holiday and the spirit of this rivalry, we are bringing to you the Trick or Street Fight. I am Jason Heat, and I will be joined by the man in the ring, Brandon Metheny, as Hyena Hera. Over-caffeinated and underestimated by her own estimation. The woman who says she is the feral face of VCW makes her way for the Trick or Street Fight. She's got a bad attitude. She says, you better beware. Do not get close. This hyena, well, she bites, she scratches, she claws. And she's got a several months-long rivalry with her opponent, the Wonder Girl, Joiya Blake.
Introducing her opponent, hailing from Los Angeles, California, all grit, no mercy, Joiya Blake!
Joiya Blake has been a revelation in VCW. Just over 1 year in the business, she made her debut in this company. Hello, Joiya. When she was just a rookie, but she is finding herself, and she is finding that these fans absolutely adore the woman who is all grit, no mercy. A star on the rise, and Hyena Hera is looking to put that star out for good. Here in this trick or street fight, the rules are simple. There are basically no rules, but surrounding each of the 4 posts, there are bags of goodies. And are they tricks or are they treats? We will find out.
Well, I suspect our wrestlers will find out very soon. Joiya Blake here on a meteoric rise here in VCW, but Hyena Hera providing very stiff competition, one of the true gatekeepers here, and it's impressive to see these two stepping in the ring one-on-one and continuing this amazing rivalry.
Hyena Hera has been the top woman in VCW, but these two are one-on-one. Joiya Blake upset Hyena Hera in her debut. Hyena Hera won a return match.
Hyena Hera appears to be applying some sort of mandibular device.
Pretty sure they're called vampire teeth.
You can call them that if you like to.
Fangs. And now Hyena Hera immediately looking to try and get into the sack of tricks.
Very clearly came in with a game plan here, and so did Joiya Blake, and not letting her get there.
Spoke earlier, Joiya Blake said she was here to out-wrestle Hyena Hera. She wants to keep. And now that is the advantage of the Fangs, maybe trying to puncture the arm of Joiya Blake. And that's baby powder.
Oh, and threw the whole bottle.
Blinds the eyes and smells good doing it. Clothesline there by Hyena Hera. We have no idea what is in any of these sacks.
No, I don't know who does, but certainly we don't, and certainly Hyena and Joiya don't either.
It's a situation where the things you'd like to find in a Halloween candy bag probably won't be very effective in this match, and the things that would get you arrested to put in a Halloween candy bag are going to be the real treats of this contest.
Yeah, I don't think I have many baking sheets in there, but boy, it's an effective weapon.
Hyena Hera taking full advantage of the rule set and our 21 and up atmosphere. Usually we are family friendly, but tonight violence can be unfettered and barely a 1 count there.
Yeah, still a lot left in the tank for Joiya Blake, but holding that back, I mean, 2 nasty shots from that baking sheet.
It's been incredible to see Joiya Blake's improvement just in the short time she's been here in VCW, a former cheerleader who has now embraced pro wrestling with all her heart and skill.
And considerable skill, but sometimes a back elbow takes over and drops you to the mat.
Joiya thinks she's the treat. Hyena Hera says she's the treat. One of them, or both of them, is going to be the brunt of the trick.
Yeah, I think they're both going to take some tricks in this match. And still plenty of trick-or-treat bags out there, as yet unused and unknown, although you can see
the wealth starting to raise on the lower back of Joiya Blake, who is writhing in pain, Brandon.
Yeah, I mean, that's gonna hurt a whole lot and cause and make anything, even a kick out, very difficult to do, although just a 1 count there.
Just 1 there. You say it's going to leave a mark. It already has.
Yeah, which just makes you wonder how bad is it inside.
Hyena Hera's going shopping. What's she going to find? She looks very satisfied.
It's a jump rope, I think?
Well, in the hands of a woman with the right mindset, a jump rope can easily become a garrote.
It could, or a whip, perhaps, although she appears to actually be using it to jump rope.
Not very successfully. Listen, she's a professional wrestler, not a professional jump roper.
Right, yeah, exactly. Very different skill sets.
we're up to 2. And a new record, 2 jumps.
Yes, I think she's perhaps too close to the ropes is maybe the secret here.
Wait, a personal best so far at 2. And to be fair, neither of us probably could do any better.
Absolutely not.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're in double digits. Did she just hit herself?
I think she did. Joiya Blake seems quite amused by this.
Oh, an interesting diversion, but we're back to the action, and there we go. Exactly as you called, being used as a whip.
I mean, I think we all know what jump ropes are. That's just going to feel horrible.
2 count. I have always felt horrible when I've tried to jump ropes. That's right.
That is true. That's very true. For a different way here, but I'm right there with you.
Both because of the shame and embarrassment, and also because of my lack of cardio fortitude.
Yes.
I can feel bad in so many ways, Brandon.
Absolutely. Look, our people tend to represent athletes, not be athletes.
Good Lord. And now Hyena Hera wants to continue with the cookie sheet assault.
I mean, it's very effective. We've seen what it's done to Joiya Blake's back. She hasn't recovered from it. Oh, jeez.
Like a cannon going across the back as we see those welts starting to raise ever higher. Joiya Blake is being brutalized.
I mean, the grip that Hyena has on that thing, she's getting so much momentum, so much more behind it. You can hear it just echoing through Strangeways Brewing here.
All of this is legal. The referee is only here to count a pinfall, a submission, maybe even a knockout, but there is no other end, and the kick right to the nose.
A desperation but effective maneuver from Joiya Blake, taking that cookie sheet right to the face for Hyena Hera.
Using those long legs to her advantage, and now Hyena Hera crawling, trying to avoid the patch of baby powder that has been left like residue in the ring. So far, Hera has really been the one to go after all of the sacks of surprises.
I mean, it's working.
What could still be in here? What's in? Oh no! Is that a crowbar?
That is in fact a crowbar. That is things have just gotten significantly more serious here.
Also known as a tire iron. And if they're not the same thing, don't at me.
Joiya Blake out of self-preservation there.
That crowbar went flying into the air.
Yeah, it almost became an ingredient in Strangeways' next brew.
And now Joiya Blake with the tire iron in hand, and turnabout is about to happen.
Just a shot right to the gut, and the derisive throw of the jump rope. Joiya Blake holding onto that crowbar. Very smart. One more bag here in the corner.
Just saying, well, and dropping the crowbar, so clearly believing there's something more effective. Joiya Blake does not look satisfied with her prize. What has she found? The referee similarly unimpressed.
Whatever it is, it works as a makeshift sling, I guess.
Sure, but the crowbar is now within reach of Hyena Hera. I'm not sure whether this is worth it, and
it's
eyeballs and lollipops.
A classic combination, if ever there was one.
I mean, it fits the spooky season, but super weird.
Yes, I'd like to talk to the intern who put that bag together.
Trick or street fight in full effect as Hyena Hera now aiming to land Joiya Blake right on the eyeballs.
A devastating maneuver there. This could be it.
Joiya Blake literally flipped herself onto her stomach, kicking out with such authority, which is a great defensive maneuver as well, in case Hyena Hera wanted to try to go for a pinfall. And now it looks like she's going to carbo load.
I mean, look, sometimes you need some. That is unpleasant.
What is okay, at first I thought she was trying to give herself the scent, but now I feel like she's trying to give ooh to Hyena to the lollipop, and I'm pretty sure I know where that's about to go.
Joiya Blake doesn't want that either. Hyena Hera having to. Oh, that is
getting a taste of her own medicine.
That is vomit-inducing. That is unsanitary.
Joiya Blake in danger as Hyena Hera gets the cover, still trying to wash her own taste out of her mouth. God, that's a real thing.
I was going to say that. What a classic sentence to be saying in a wrestling match. You never know what's going to happen in VCW, folks. And Hyena Hera going back to her old faithful, that pizza sheet one more time.
It's what's worked most effectively so far.
She just kicked an eyeball into the crowd and wanted us.
Rebounded right back at her.
Oh, the crowbar stopped it. It defended us. I appreciate that crowbar.
Yeah, thank you, crowbar, and not Devin Storm. Joiya Blake ducks underneath. Wheelbarrow. And drives Hyena Hera's skull into the cookie sheet.
Joiya Blake here now setting up for a submission move.
Looking for a tap out here, the camel clutch. Will the camel be more powerful than the hyena?
Dragging her around. Hyena Hera spots the crowbar.
Hyena Hera desperately trying to throw anything she can into the eyes of Joiya Blake. It has the tire iron, but Joiya Blake sees the danger and now using the tire iron to choke, and the tap is there. She's tapping.
Here is your winner by submission, Joiya Blake!
Joiya Blake has won the rubber match. She is up 2-1 against her rival, Hyena Hera. And she can enjoy maybe an untainted lollipop in victory if she so chooses.
And Joiya Blake showing a real impressive, vicious streak there to win this match. Really impressive stuff. And showing why she is the class of VCW here.
Throwing out some candy to our fans. Trick or treat here at Strangeways Brewing. What a win for an impressive young woman who is taking VCW by storm. The winner of the first ever Trick or Street fight. She's all grit, no mercy, and the new president of the Lollipop Guild, Joiya Blake. We're gonna get cleaned up.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the VCW Liberty Championship. Introducing first the challenger, he weighed in at 225 pounds, Fredericksburg's own Luke Daniel Johnson, L.D.J.
The biggest opportunity yet for L.D.J. in VCW, the hometown hero, the Sigma male himself, making his way into the crowd, celebrating with his people in this first of two remaining title matches. He's a man who's always on a mission, and the tasks for tonight are simple: commit regicide, topple the administration, and become Liberty champion.
Strangeways Fredericksburg, how we doing? Hey, tonight I know everybody's having a good time, but I got 3 lines of effort that need to happen. 1, I'm going to defeat Desmond King. 2, I'm going to become the new VCW Liberty champion. And 3, when I get done with the first 2, we're going to drink all the beer that Strangeways has to offer on tap tonight. So I got one last thing for you. If you want to see me put a warhead on Desmond King's forehead, let me get a nuke that ass. That's what I'm talking about.
The mission is clear.
Introducing his opponent, now residing at Mount Vernon, Virginia, weighing in at 222 pounds, he is the reigning and defending VCW Lineage Champion, Commander King!
It does not look like there will be any sort of nuclear arms treaty here between L.D.J. and Commander King, the Liberty Champion, the head of the administration, the only man with 2 ranks as names. He is a commander and a king in equal measure, but most importantly, he is a champion in a tri-corner hat.
Nothing but alcoholics in this building. Stinks. It reeks. All alcoholics, they need to get up and salute their commander.
Commander King showing his thoughts on Fredericksburg and on our fans here at Strangeways Brewing.
The administration has clearly pointed out what they think are the social ills of this community, and hopefully they will engage some executive orders to clean up the alcoholic addiction of Fredericksburg, Virginia.
Well, we have seen there is at least one king here today. It is Commander King, the Liberty Champion, only about an hour south of Alexandria, where he became Commander King, Jason. And
winning the George Washington Memorial Parkway Battle Royal.
Very good. Yes, indeed. And it's really transformed the career of Commander King. He became champion after winning that Battle Royal.
I will say, until this moment, I never realized the similarities between Commander King and Captain Crunch. I wonder if they are long-lost relatives.
It seems entirely possible.
And if so, could he get me an autograph?
I mean, possibly so. You never know.
Commander King has been on a tear as the Liberty Champion.
I was just tossed L.D.J's stogie.
His Sigma stogie, that's what you get when you are a winner, so don't you dare suck a puff off of that, Brandon. You haven't earned it.
We'll see, though. I mean, L.D.J. has had a meteoric rise here in VCW, going from tag team matches to singles matches, and now to challenging for one of the biggest prizes here in VCW.
It has been a long, impressive reign as champion. Commander King has defeated everyone in his path, but he is currently going up against a man on a mission. He picks up one folder at a time. But this is more than just political for L.D.J. This is personal. This is his hometown.
I want to point out, when you say man on a mission, you don't mean that figuratively. Well, we do. But also literally. As you said, he gets an envelope. He gets a mission. And his mission tonight is to capture that championship here in his hometown.
Not just that, but to completely topple this administration. These are war games that we are engaged in here tonight.
Well, and the administration has really held a death grip on the Liberty Championship scene, not just Commander King, but also Big AC, other associates here.
I will say, this stogie is one of the most offensive smells I have smelled in a long time.
It's horrific, yes.
Really rough. I am moving it away from me. That man chooses to smoke these, and that makes him, I guess, a stronger man than I.
Commander King spending a lot of time jawing with the crowd here. L.D.J. not impressed and drops him with a right hand.
Well, we saw his Secretary of Offense, Big AC, lose earlier tonight to Devantes. Is that a sign of a changing administration? Is the electorate ready to embrace L.D.J.? Only one right there for L.D.J.
L.D.J. with a beautiful roll up there, though, and really toying with Commander King right now, which is like I did not expect to see.
L.D.J. is looking to compromise the commander to a permanent end.
Right now, L.D.J. is clearly in control. Jason, we haven't seen Commander King in this position in a very, very long time, if ever.
We may only be an hour south of Mount Vernon, but we are very clearly in L.D.J. country. The commander is a foreign force here in his own country.
Absolutely, Commander King tossed to the outside, falling to the apron. I'm not sure if it's intentional or if he's just barely conscious right now, but being on the outside, very smart, of course, because L.D.J. has to beat him in the ring in order to become champion.
Commander King trying to reset, does have champion's advantage. Has to be pinned or submitted to lose the title, and maybe proving or looking to see if discretion is the better part of valor.
And just sprayed with sweat from Commander King's chest on those chops.
Commander King is being battered from pillar to post. L.D.J. making very clear that he feels like he is picking up some new hardware here tonight at Strangeways Brewing, and that he is going to contribute personally and directly to this area's drinking problem.
Hey, look, there is something to be said for being the hometown hero. There is something you get out of that when you're around your family and friends.
But it's also a lot of pressure.
It's
a lot of shame if you can't get the job done, and these casts are now being used by Commander King.
Referee Ron Mills being very generous here, knowing this is a championship match.
Stiff strikes there by Commander King, who is pound for pound possibly the strongest wrestler on the roster.
Absolutely incredible power and very explosive power as well.
The mean powerlifting machine that is Commander King is now driving these into the back of L.D.J.
L.D.J. just that fast. Could be in the match right here. Commander King turning things around.
Commander King has been such a success story here in VCW. Spent a lot of time in the undercard trying to find his way, but once he adopted this idea, this moniker of Commander King, he has been unstoppable.
Absolutely, winning that Battle Royal changed his career, changed his life.
L.D.J. is looking for that very same moment, wants to change his career, wants to change his life, wants to do it tonight at Commander King's expense.
This could be it right here. Look, Jason, there's no question about it. This belt we have sitting in front of us, it makes careers, it changes life. It's more money, it's more success, it's more stability for your family, the people you love. It is the thing people desire. L.D.J. and they're giving everything they can, but right now, Commander King
shooting the half. Great cover, and at 2.
Impressive resilience from L.D.J.
L.D.J. able to kick out, continuing to fight.
Our host here at Strangeways up on their own bar. The whole city of Fredericksburg is here to support L.D.J. either in person or in spirit to take this title home.
Commander King has very clearly found his target. He is working the lower back of L.D.J. If you lose your lower back, you lose your power, you lose your balance, you lose your strength.
I mean, it's really the hinge on which everything turns. You lose that, it all starts to fall apart. And when you're in there with someone like Commander King, even having that be slightly compromised is enough to lose a match.
Even being cheered by everyone you love is not enough to overcome this level of beating that is being instilled upon L.D.J. by Commander King.
Very impressive counter, but look, L.D.J. with the Irish whip goes down to his knees. He's just lost that balance. He's lost that center of strength.
L.D.J. launching himself at Commander King will do anything it takes to put warheads on foreheads, as he says.
Another beautiful roll-up here.
Great technique by L.D.J. You think of him as a wild fighter, you think of him as a brawler, but he can get the job done in so many ways. Brandon, one might say he's a man with a very particular set of tools, and he knows which one to use at which time.
Absolutely. 1, 2. Something of a casual cover by Commander King there.
It was a quick cover. He was not able to afford to wait, but he didn't have a lot of pressure on the shoulders, and L.D.J. was able to get out with ease.
Commander King now in control.
Trying to wrest the life and the will out of L.D.J.
The thing is that waist lock is not just taking the oxygen away, it's also continuing to damage that lower back. It's putting pressure on that back.
It's also giving Commander King an opportunity to re-strategize. If he wants to change the game plan, this is when he has a moment to breathe.
Absolutely a chance to evaluate, see what's going on. L.D.J. breaking the hold, but Commander King right back to the double leg there.
And continuing to punish that lower back, and now getting into the Boston Crab.
Very, very impressive. Double leg Boston Crab there. And Commander King has L.D.J. in the middle of the ring.
Paying off the long-term game plan, L.D.J. grabs the rope.
Using those long limbs. And referee Ron Mills trying to break him there. He got to the ropes. Ron Mills is saying this does not count. He's got to break the hold.
Has to fully release the hold in order.
An impressive leg strength by L.D.J. They're able to flip Commander King over.
Yeah, to break that 5 count.
But you got to wonder how much damage was done to the lower back during that Boston Crab.
There's been substantial injury to L.D.J. He is struggling to get to his feet. What does it do mentally to an athlete like L.D.J. if he does lose in front of everyone he loves? That's press. He does not want to find out.
L.D.J. fighting that offense, fighting that spirit from this crowd here supporting him.
Right to the head of Commander King, off with his head.
One after another, Commander King is reeling.
L.D.J. is suffering, but he's working through it. Got the heart of a champion. Can he have the belt to match?
Beautiful flapjack there. Commander King blinking, looking at us, trying to sort of get his faculties back, I think.
L.D.J. is ready to launch the warheads. He's typing in the code.
Commander King done his homework, saw it coming.
That is a missile Commander King was desperate to avoid. And now a little bit of anti-aircraft on the part of the commander.
Just driven sternum first into the turnbuckle.
Look at the strength by Commander King. The mean powerlifting machine almost retains his title.
Just 2, but very close. Doing a ton of damage to L.D.J. His chest, his back, his neck, everything taking abuse right now.
Are we looking at a change at the top of the ticket tonight?
And L.D.J. draped over those top ropes. Got to wonder what Commander King has in store here. Well, that's one thing at least.
Spanking L.D.J. like he were a child. How disrespectful can you be?
And dropping that elbow right to the back of the head.
L.D.J. happens to line up perfectly in the center of the ring. Commander King takes advantage, but still the fight rings in the independent contractor.
Commander King feeling frustrated. Coming this way. Okay, he wants. Okay,
you don't have to give it to him.
I'm not gonna tell him no.
Throw a spine, Brandon.
Absolutely not when he's coming at me. That's for referee Ron Mills to deal with.
We're gonna call you the spineless one, Brandon Metheny.
Fine, you'll call me the alive one. And Ron Mills getting in the middle of the ring. This is a bridge too far, not allowing Desmond King to have this.
A tug of war, and the referee has been taken down by that belt. Commander King may not have intended it, but this is an opportunity.
Yeah, I think that bounced off of Ron Mills' face. Ron Mills in a lot of pain out here. L.D.J. able to reverse it.
L.D.J.
beautiful neck breaker.
Can get the pin, and he is right now, but there's no referee. There's no referee.
Official. We have another referee. Where's our referee?
Beautiful cradle.
A beautiful tight inside cradle there.
Couldn't count. I mean, that's true. It is proof that Fredericksburg is able to count to 10. I'm proud and impressed by all of you. But it doesn't do any good for L.D.J. because the referee wasn't there to be the one to count it.
And L.D.J. checking on Ron Mills, trying to get him up, but Mills is down in a bad way. L.D.J. staying on offense, doing a smart thing here.
Appreciate L.D.J. not getting frustrated. He's got that mission-first mindset!
Oh, devastating spine buster.
And the tank is rolling through.
It just takes his head off.
But this time, Commander King finding the same thing. We got a new referee.
2. And that time for him to come from the back was just enough for L.D.J. to kick out. L.D.J. still has hope in this match.
Commander King is desolate, truly believed that he had gotten the job done in that moment. But there is more fight left in this war. may have won a battle. The war continues.
Commander King very frustrated with our referee, threatening him in the corner, frankly.
The insurgent L.D.J. against the incumbent Commander King. Beautiful wraparound DDT.
This could be it, folks. We're in the center of the ring here.
Shoots the half. And L.D.J. has gotten the Duke. L.D.J. was about to be announced as the winner, but he stopped. We see referee Ron Mills waving it off. There is a communion of the referees. Brandon is heading over to get first information, but that's a lot of words for there's a new champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Ron Mills has disqualified Commander King. Therefore, while L.D.J. does win the match, still your VCW Liberty Champion, Commander King!
Ron Mills was the man assigned to this match. Ultimately, he's the one with the authority to make the call, but there's going to be a lot of hand-wringing about whether this was the right one. Because Commander King, as sly a grin as this devil wears on his face, has only retained the title due to a technicality and champion's advantage.
I mean, look, if Ron Mills genuinely believes that was a deliberate strike by Commander King, he is absolutely right to issue the disqualification, and by rule, the belt doesn't change hands, but that is a very, very tough break for L.D.J., who earned that championship, and you gotta believe this is not the last time we're gonna see him in this title picture.
There's no surprise if this decision ends up receiving a challenge, but here and now in Fredericksburg, Virginia, the hometown hero walks away empty-handed, and Commander King retains his Liberty title. And now L.D.J.
Oh, he's not happy.
The mission's not over. Oh, we are in the line of fire. L.D.J. looking to block the way, and to his point, he is requesting a security detail. And the Commander King is running like a scalded dog. He is not the winner, but he has scored a moral victory. L.D.J. stands tall. It has been an incredible evening so far. Happy to be one of your hosts. I am Jason Heat. Our debut event in Fredericksburg, Virginia, here at Strangeways Brewing, has all led to this moment. Our main event and a battle for the richest prize in the Commonwealth. He's the 99 overall, the iconoclast, the super athlete, Myles Hawkins. Confidence, athletic, technically gifted. Is all of that going to be enough to defeat the Monstar himself? The champion of the state of Virginia, the heavy metal Monstar, Lawless. Making his second defense of the title after fending off both previous champion Devantes and the quarterback of the locker room, the Boar. This man has an ego complex unlike anyone else. Lawless rode a limo to the building. He was the only one inside of it. He has a personal security detail in the back, and he only responds to staff who address him as Champ Lawless. standing close to 7 feet tall.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our main event of the evening. Please join me in welcoming our special guest ring announcer, the owner of Midas of Fredericksburg, Mr. Brian Stanley. Hey, you guys having fun tonight? Will you come back if we come back? All right. The following contest is scheduled for one fall. It's for the Virginia Heavyweight Championship. Introducing the challenger. He hails from Siesta Key, Florida. Weighs in at 217 pounds. Myles Hawkins. Let's go! And his opponent. He hails from Long Island, New York. He weighs in at 275 pounds. He is the defending Virginia Heavyweight Champion, the Pectoral Poseidon, the Heavy Metal Monster, the main attraction, Lawless.
A man of many names, but most importantly, the man who holds the Virginia Heavyweight Championship. One look at Rex Lawless is to see exactly what kind of specimen Myles Hawkins has to face in front of him. Rex Lawless can crush a man's skull with his bare hands. He can pop a watermelon between his thighs. Brandon, he has pecs like the Goodyear blimp and abs so firm you can grate cheese on them. I once watched Rex squeeze a man's soul out of his own body.
You know, the thing is, Jason, I believe every word of that is true.
It's true.
Because I'm not going to challenge Rex Lawless or anything because he's a terrifying man.
I'm telling you. Pick the cheese, it'll grate.
Parmesan, please. My preference. I mean, I give Myles Hawkins credit for trying to go strength for strength with Rex Lawless, but I don't think that's not a fight he's going to win.
Myles Hawkins is known for a confidence bordering on arrogance. We're going to see which side of Hawkins emerges here. It has been several months, close to a year, since we have seen Myles Hawkins in a VCW ring. He's so impressed VCW officials with his work on the independents that he was offered this title opportunity. Let's see who this young man is now here at the end of 2025.
I mean, incredible athleticism there, keeping Rex Lawless all out of sorts and now sending the champion to the outside.
A drop kick that launched Rex Lawless into the audience.
And now Myles Hawkins is going to launch himself. Oh, Rex Lawless saw it coming. The champ is too smart for that.
Rex Lawless has been indomitable, potentially undefeatable, and that is the hypothesis Myles Hawkins is looking to test. And now Rex Lawless deciding he's done. He's going to take it to the back.
Myles Hawkins does not agree with that. Myles Hawkins knows these championship shots do not come along often and wants to take advantage, does not want to win by countout, wants to win the championship.
Great reversal there by Myles Hawkins using that steel post, the actual hardest part of the ring, as an equalizer.
And you know what, Jason? We talked in our private. Oh, a devastating clothesline. A ton of momentum behind that from Rex Lawless. We spoke in our previous match. Oh, hang on. Over here.
What kind of man, what kind of monster can shake off being slammed into a steel post the way Rex Lawless just did?
This kind, the one right in front of us, who does not seem likely to give up that championship anytime soon.
One of, if not the most dominant performances ever in a Liberty lottery. I believe it was 6 or 7 men that were all ejected from the ring,
No,
courtesy
Jason,
of Rex Lawless.
it was 10. It was half the field.
Good Lord. And now Myles Hawkins going to do whatever he has to, but the biggest boots takes Hawkins down.
I mean, just the whiplash, the pressure on the chest is absolutely devastating. And now Lawless laying in those size 18 boots.
You could be 99 overall, but that still means there's one better.
No kidding. Rex Lawless showing why he is the class of VCW.
Myles Hawkins has been a top prospect. He's been figured for greatness by a lot of people for a long time. Is this the night he stops being a man of potential and starts being a man of the present?
I mean, right now Lawless seems to have his number. 1, 2.
Great cover, and you can tell that Rex Lawless is no longer looking past Myles Hawkins, not taking the young man lightly.
No, he knows exactly who Myles Hawkins is. He has tasted that boot. He has seen it firsthand. He knows he just needs to get out of this match with a win, keep his championship. If he messes around, he's going to lose the title.
This is what makes Rex Lawless such a different kind of big man.
And I mean, he almost put Myles Hawkins' head into the third row on that.
He's so fast. He's able to throw himself at the problem being Myles Hawkins' face. Stretching the leg on the cover. Rex Lawless knows how to inflict extra pain and punishment with even the most basic holds.
Oh yeah, Lawless is not just a brute. He knows exactly what he's doing. He is a clever competitor in the ring and knows what to do to give himself the best chance of winning.
Rex Lawless' Achilles heel is his insecurity. When he is confident, when he is present, he is nearly unstoppable. But there are times when you can tell that Rex Lawless begins to doubt himself, and that's when he makes mistakes.
That's true. All it takes is one mistake, especially with an athlete like Myles Hawkins in there. One short mistake, and you can suddenly lose your championship and lose all those amazing perks that come with it.
And of course, no matter how good conditioning Rex Lawless is, and he's in incredible conditioning, he's got a lot of extra muscle mass. That takes a lot of gas in the tank. The longer this match goes on, the better it favors the highly conditioned super athlete that is Myles Hawkins.
Absolutely, and all those muscles, the more you use them, they build up that lactic acid, they get stiff, they don't work quite as well, and that plays very much to Myles Hawkins' advantage.
All the credit in the world right now, Myles Hawkins is throwing himself into a brick wall, and somehow he's chipping away at it.
That's very impressive, and sending Rex Lawless to the floor.
Taking advantage, not even resting for a moment.
And just a human-shaped missile flying out of the ring. And Myles Hawkins, if he can get Lawless in the ring, might become our champion here.
Hawkins launched himself right through Rex Lawless. Pele kick. And now, managed to suplex the Monstar. Myles Hawkins is about to take the title.
Hawkins needs to stay on Lawless. He's got him on his heels. He needs to press the advantage. He's got it. If he gives Lawless a chance to catch his breath, then this could turn around very, very quickly.
It was a tremendous pace that Myles Hawkins was keeping, but even he needs a moment to breathe now and then. Now he's going to do something Rex Lawless can't or won't do, and that is attack from the top rope.
Hawkins unable to make contact, but stays out of the way. Dodges that big boot.
Great avoidance, using defense as offense, and now looking for a tornado DDT. But Rex forces Myles off.
On there. Oh, a double stomp into the mat.
Spiked Lawless down on his head.
I don't know how Lawless, I don't know he's conscious. That was all of Myles Hawkins' weight being driving Rex Lawless' face into the mat.
So close to seeing a new champion here at Strangeways Brewing. Myles Hawkins has won this crowd over. When he entered, there were a spattering of boos, and now an entire arena is hoping that Myles Hawkins can do the unthinkable.
And a beautiful knee to the forehead, and Lawless very smartly rolling out of the ring. The fans don't like it, but it is a smart move. It is a heads-up move to keep his champion.
Intelligence or instinct, you can debate. Either way, it avoids the danger of Myles Hawkins in the ring.
And also, of course, as we talked about before, Lawless cannot lose the title on the outside. He can lose the match, but he can't lose the title.
It's incumbent on Myles Hawkins to get Rex Lawless back in the ring and to take advantage of those moments. Myles Hawkins has to win. Rex Lawless only has to survive.
Absolutely. And fighting on the apron here, dangerous place to be for both men.
Great strikes here by the 99 overall, who just got speared out of his boots.
And Lawless very quickly trying to take advantage here.
Great positioning there by Lawless as well, who forced his body between Hawkins and the ropes.
Lawless now staying on it. Beautiful boot to the face.
Immediately into the cover, but the speed of the cover meant he couldn't get full press on the shoulders. Hawkins able to get the shoulder up.
Yeah, in that case, that trade-off did not work in Rex Lawless' favor and seems to have really sort of drained the tank of Lawless. Getting back to his feet now, trying to find that energy, trying to find those reserves.
We talked about the longer this goes on, cardio-wise it benefits Myles Hawkins, but that's only if Myles Hawkins has enough brain cells left to be able to execute the game plan.
Right, yeah, I mean, he may have...
And a spit to the face of the champion.
And that's just going to make Lawless angry.
Which may be exactly what Hawkins wanted. Claps the legs, but now finds himself in dangerous territory. Incredible agility.
Beautiful kick.
Myles Hawkins going in for the kill. Sheer drop, brain buster.
And now going up top. This could be it.
This is what Hawkins was looking for before. Looking to finish off the monster. Big ballin' frog splash.
Just two. I mean, referee Brandon Walker's hand millimeters from the mat, but just two.
There is desolation in the eyes of Myles Hawkins. Was that the best he had? And if so, what possibly could he have left?
Well, Hawkins very smartly getting to his feet here, pulling down that knee pad.
Rex Lawless catches, and the choke bomb puts the lights out on the hopes and dreams of Myles Hawkins.
Hey Jim, you know the old shit there. What shit they tell you there. See, you can handle it.
Here is the winner, and still Virginia champion, Rex Lawless.
Take nothing away from the incredible athlete that Myles Hawkins is, but there is nothing like Rex Lawless in the ring right now.
I want to point out the look on Rex Lawless' face right now. He knows he's been in a war, and he escaped with that championship. A tremendous run by Myles Hawkins. Rex Lawless still a champion, but he knows he has been in a battle.
Myles Hawkins has nothing to be ashamed of, but that's not going to be much comfort tonight when he goes to bed without a title on the mantle. What an amazing debut it's been here at Strangeways Brewing Company. We are so excited to come back. Thank you for being here live. Thank you for watching at home on YouTube. I'm Jason Heat alongside Brandon Metheny. We will be back in Fredericksburg.